I'm not sure what that was. Greetings, grasshoppers. My name is RJ Redden, and welcome to the Bot Signal today. Target market. Who you really targeting? What kind of business do you really want to build? Before that, there's this. Hey, if you don't know me, my name is RJ Redden. As I've said, this is the Bot Signal. This is a daily show that we put on at 10 a.m. Central every weekday. Welcome to the show. And yeah, today, target markets. Who are you really targeting? You know, this is a question that, like a fine wine or a nice aged cheese, it's almost never done, or a work of art. This question is never done. This question for me keeps evolving as I grow my business, as I start to scale up and do different things. Who am I really looking for? Who is going to be the very best type of client for me or student in case, in the case of having classes and stuff like that? Good morning, Adam. And good morning, Teresa. Great to see you guys today. So this is a question that keeps changing for me. And so this is a question that I keep having to readdress. Now, at first, when people are starting a business, they're kind of making it up. You know what I mean? It's like, there are answers to these questions you can't know until you've had a few clients. For me, what I'm fighting a lot with the idea that I'm fighting a lot with people when they become my clients is that everybody needs as many as they can possibly get all the time. Again, it's another idea that traditional marketing has gifted us. Hey, no thanks. Return to sender on that. I don't need as absolutely many clients as I can get. Here's the problem with that notion is that it causes people to aim for everybody, which is always a problem. And it also causes some burnout. There have been friends of mine in situations where they're making a lot of money and they're busy working all the time. Okay. I know that a nice, $1 million paycheck would be, a lot of fun to get. I too would like that paycheck at some point. However, I do not want to miss precious time with my family, precious time doing other things. I don't want to miss my life for a paycheck. And so what I encourage you to do when you're thinking about this question, and that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to pose a whole bunch of questions and you're going to think about it or write me some comments possibly, and we'll kind of flow from that. But the very first thing that I need you to know is that when I ask you how many clients you want and your answer is always more, that is a sure way to, it's the road to burnout. It's the signpost to burnout. More clients, more clients, more clients, more money, more money, more money. More money isn't going to do it. It isn't. Money is a really helpful thing. And a lot of other people do like money mindset stuff. I don't do that kind of stuff. So see a different professional. But what I like to do is to get you to think about both the number and the type of client you really want to build your business with. Catching up on the comments here. I'm in a beta course. I've struggled to answer this for years. I finally have somewhat of an answer. Excellent. Hopefully we'll help bring you a little closer today. Good morning, Jessica. Yeah, so stressful thinking about how to take care of everybody and not knowing how to shut off. That is a problem. That is a problem because as entrepreneurs, I sometimes think that there are clients. Well, maybe I'll just take this from my perspective. They're my clients. I want to be everything to them that I can. I want them to get as much value out of me as they possibly can, because then they'll go tell the world how cool I was. Yeah. But again, the sure road to burnout. So, burned out moms are my people. Oh, good, Teresa. That's a wonderful thing. That's a wonderful thing to know. So, my friends, well, first question I'm going to ask you today is, how many do you want? How many do you want? And for some, this is a math problem. If you've got a list of your products and offerings, then you can do some math and get to how many clients do you really want to have. Also, if you're breaking this down to a math problem, as many do, try to break down how much it takes to serve the people that you have. So for every client, how much one-on-one service might they need? Can you estimate? Estimate on the higher side. Because it'll give you a far better number to reach for if you estimate on the higher side. And if you start to look at that number and go, oh, that's way too much, there are ways that you can automate parts of your customer service off. We've talked about on this show many, many times, you can totally automate a lot of the level 1 questions that people have, and you can put resources at people's fingertips, resources that are smart resources. So when people type in a line, whatever the keyword is or the key phrases, then that particular product or service comes up. That is pretty vital. That's pretty vital to people, because taking away a lot of those level 1 questions, answering those level 1 questions isn't going to, isn't worth your time almost. I mean, it's worth your time always to serve clients, but if you have resources at their fingertips, and I'm not saying buried under 17 menus, I'm saying at their fingertips, something they can get out on their phone quick, then that is really super valuable to people, and it can take out some of that time. But back to client service. When you're thinking about how many clients, think about how much service you want to provide. And it might be different for different programs. But automation's worth it, absolutely. But think about how many hours you are serving. That's a good calculation to make in there, because what is your time worth? All of that kind of stuff that I'm sure that we've all been through. For me, it's not really a math problem. For me, it's a bandwidth issue. That is because I know so much more right now today than I've ever known about how I work with clients and how I work with them best. How I work with my clients best is I kind of think about them all the time. I'm kind of, I see a new technology and I go, I wonder if blank would be interested in that, because that would help out with their problem over here with blank. I think about them all the time. I love them and want to boost their business so very badly. That's what they hired me for. That's what I'm doing. And there's not a lot of quitting time around here. There is leaving the desk time, but there's not a lot of quitting time, in terms of that I do think about things and run over problems in my head and discover things. It's just how my creativity works. So I know that for every client that I have, that's a little bit of weight over here that I'm going to need to move. That's a little bit of something on my mind that I'm going to need to do something about. So take that into consideration. Also, when you're taking into consideration the funds that is going to bring in, always also consider your taxes and all of that kind of stuff. I'm not a numbers person. I have people that help me with that. Anyway, next, if you've had clients before, then I want you to think of your 5 best for me. And I want you to think of the traits that they have in common. Now, this is a question I have to kind of keep going back and reconsidering. Because, you get clients all the time. Some good, some awesome, some you kind of not so awesome occasionally. It happens to everybody. But what are the traits that they have in common? Curiosity, willingness to try new things. What kind of things do they have in common? And especially, what kind of things do they have in common that make you happy to work with them? Now, this may not fit everybody's business. Maybe you have a business that sells Amazon products. And in that case, this ain't going to work. This method ain't going to work for you. Mostly who I serve is coaches, speakers, authors, entrepreneurs. That's who I serve. And mostly it's entrepreneurs that are, course creators, things like that. So if you have a volume business, these questions aren't going to apply. But if you have a client-driven business, I want you to think about the best 5 you've ever had. And I want you to start thinking about traits that they have in common. What do those people have in common? What makes them specifically, and dig deep here, and you don't have to answer this question on this stream. You can if you want. I will read your answer. But think about what makes them awesome to work with. What makes it so that when you wake up in the morning, you go, today I get to hang out with blah, 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 and it makes me happy. What makes that happen? The more specific you get with that, the more specific that you get to send that, the more specific search you will be on. And believe me, there are people out there, many people that fit exactly that description. How do we recognize those people when they come in? For me, my bot systems are there working for me all the time, looking at folks and going, okay, these are people that I just need to talk to right now about working with. These are people who might need a while. But some of the answers to this question, what are the traits that make them awesome to work with? Some of those answers shape who I'm looking for and how I'm looking and where I'm looking. Just a little side track, but I spend a lot of time on LinkedIn these days because I get a better quality. I'm talking to people who are really pretty darn serious about their businesses. When I was reliant on just Facebook for everything, and that's kind of that, I know that that's where a lot of people hang out. But it was problematic for me. It may be perfect for you. It was problematic for me. I just wasn't finding the people that are really, really great for me and already have a product and a service and a message and all of that kind of stuff. So want you to think about those 5, okay? Want you to think about the time. Want you to give like a certain time it's going to take to serve every one of those people that you're looking for. And also, and here's the thing. And this is something that I've been learning to do right now as well. There are different tiers of clients. Like I have my VIP clients. I have my retainer folks. I have people that I'm working with a short time, and I have students. And, and so each one of those goes into kind of the big formula of, how many people do we want? How many people do I want to sign up for my class? Well, if you're listening, I want you to sign up for my class. Anyway, how many people do I need there? For me, that number is completely flexible, and I can take on a lot there because the way I've got it structured, the system that I've got under it, is going to allow me to run that for many, many people. So that's another thing to be conscious of. As I think Jessica said, you know, up there, that if you don't have systems and structures in place, that's another road to burnout. It's just another road to burnout. And I don't want that for anyone, because burnout means you have to get a job. A job is a curse word in this house. That's right. Anyway, so bandwidth for the win. Think about your bandwidth. Think about your available time. Think about when you are spending time with other people. Think about your hobbies. Think about the kind of life you want to live. Because another thing that we're sort of taught here in US society anyway, is that work like hell for about 50 years and then retire and you can enjoy your life. Don't enjoy life now. Save all of the money, work, and then boom, you'll get to retire and then life will be great. That is a fallacy. That is a fallacy. What part of your life are you enjoying today? What can you do today? That's a really important question, my friends. A long time ago, but some of you know, I was an exchange student. I went to college in, it was Austria. It was Innsbruck, Austria. And there was a guy who came to our entrepreneurship class, and he was the owner of a marketing business. He spent about 35 hours a week on his business. And the people in my class, all Americans, were shocked. How can you spend 35 hours a week on your business? And he said, I do not want to miss my kids growing up. I do not want to miss my wife. I do not want to miss going, well, in this town, if you've never been there, this town in Austria is in the mountains and lots of skiing. I did not ski. Imagine this on skis. No, a broken eye will happen if this gets on skis. I'm telling you, coordination, not my thing necessarily. Anyway, so he said, I don't want to miss skiing. I don't want to miss mountain biking. I don't want to miss the things that I love about my life because I have a business. And I tell you, everybody's eyes just continued to be wide, like, oh my gosh, you know. But the work-life balance over there is very, very different than what it is here. And it's much more sane. So anyway, got off track, back on track now. Let's catch up on the comments. I've not gotten any engagement on LinkedIn yet. Yeah. Well, and for me, the secret has been keep trying. I'm getting engagement on LinkedIn. I'm getting people talking to me. I'm getting people on my calendar. And so, but not on the first try, baby. Not on the first try. So keep going with that. What would say when people are like, it's not about the hours. That's a poor mindset to give people time estimate. It's about the outcome because you serve several people at once, like in the JV world. Yeah, totally agree. We are a little backward in the US. Oh, we are in so many ways, but we're, you know what I mean? It's, we're going to lift our eyes up and do better. That's what we're going to do. Let's see. Wait, you have to go to college first and have a student loan debt, then get the job. Well, let's not even talk about student loan debt. I'm from upstate New York, and we did cross-country skiing during gym class. We had to circle the soccer field 3 times and then do whatever the rest of the time. Ha, ha, ha. All right. Well, very good. I appreciate your experience with the skiing thing. People would ask me, and I'd go, next time. Very good. Learning to ski is on Teresa's bucket list. And if a physically challenged person can do it, you can too. Just saying. I probably could. Here's the problem. That would scare me so much to be sliding on snow down a mountain. It just would. Like, I can't imagine that would be fun. Now, someday, it's a goal, skydiving. I will jump out of a plane someday, and I will have a parachute on and someone strapped to me, because there's no way I'm doing that by myself. Someday I will do that, but skiing is not on my bucket list. If it was, all right, then I'm doing it. But someday I might jump out of a perfectly good plane, see what it's like. Anyway, those are some thoughts on who are you really targeting. For me, when I get that, and even if I do get, and this is what I've come up with. I've come up with several people that are just, these are my target people. These are it. When you do that, it's so much easier to craft a marketing message on the fly, to be able to write a little bot for someone, to be able to write a little email, to be able to do those things, because I have people in mind. I don't have Susie Smith, avatar number 346, who likes cheese. I don't care about that. Here's what I care about. I care about reaching the kind of people that I really want to work with. Your marketing has to be willing to repel people that don't belong with you, and willing to reach people who do belong with you. But you can't aim that until you know who it is. So I urge you, it's the end of 2020, an interesting year for everyone involved. So it's the end of the year. A lot of times people use this time to reflect on their options and what's going on. So I urge you to think about this, who you're really aiming for. And at heart, I am really aiming for people just like, and then I could recite a few of my clients' names here, but I won't. But for me, I know where I'm aiming in 2021. I know exactly who I'm aiming at. I know what kind of message speaks to them in their heart and makes them want to make a decision on whether to hire me or not. I know those things going into 2021, and it's making me a stronger business person, and it's making me more confident in my message. When I am talking on this show, I am imagining some of their faces, and I'm thinking about some of their problems, the people whom I want to reach. It makes it a whole better experience for everybody. A lot less guessing, a lot less time spent at the desk. And I'm getting away from my desk more and more, and kind of delving into other hobbies to keep my brain fresh, and to keep enjoying my life, because you never know. You just never know when some of these things could go away. Not to be morbid or anything today, but it's just where my sentence took me. Amanda says, I just love you, RJ. Amanda, I just love you. Get on my calendar, please, my friend. We need to chat. We need to chat about 2021, my friend. Let's see. That's so beautiful. It truly comes across with your energy and posture. Well, thank you. So very good. So let me just summarize what we've learned, and then I'll let y'all go about your day. We have learned, when you are thinking about how many you really need, sometimes it's a math problem. If it is a math problem for you, if it is, I need this many so that I can achieve this goal, fantastic. But I also want you to add in customer service hours. I want you to add in, what are you spending? And if you need a bot with that so that you can spend less time with those level 1 dumb questions that everybody has, let me know, because I've got some stuff going on for you. Also, want you to think of your 5 best clients. What are the traits they have in common? What are the personality traits they have in common? What are the, it goes so much further than what does my demographic do for a living? Listen, I serve a lot of coaches. I do not serve all the coaches in the world. I do not. There are people with business structures and strategies that do not serve that would not be served very well by me and my company because my strategy is so different. And I know that. I know that going in. So think of these things. Do a little reflection. When you know who you're going after, your marketing message is so much easier to hone. And that's what I want for you. All right, my friend. I'm gonna roll. I got a show tomorrow. The show tomorrow is about something. I don't have the note pulled up, obviously. Here we go. Show ideas for the week on Wednesday. If you want your marketing to matter and make it personal, do this thing. Personalized marketing for the win, my folks. Allowing people a choice. This is the marketing of the future. The words blast, as they refer to marketing, is just getting old. And we'll get into all of that tomorrow and just a few tips on how to make it personalized. Thursday, interviewing Russ Johns. He is an amazing human, and you will get to know that. And of course, on Friday, we're doing our Friday wins. So thanks for joining me today, my friends. And that is, are you bringing back the email inbox theme again? You know what? That was so popular. Let's do that again. Let's do that again in another month and talk about that because that was some awesomeness. And I will bring that back again because it was just greatness. All right, darlings, that's all I got for you today. Be well, stay safe, take care of each other, and I'll see you in a bot.